and this is my preferred Xylitol brand. Like I said in another video, I will go into different brands, why I decided on different brands, and what I recommend. But this is Xylitol. And I forgot to tell you guys about the consistency of erythritol. Erythritol and xylitol both have kind of the same consistency. They're both, white, and they look a little like sugar, but if you look really closely, you'll see that the granules are not as fine as sugar. They're rather large. And that probably is another reason why the cooling effect happens with both. You do get a cooling effect with xylitol, not as bad as erythritol. I have to use a bunch of xylitol to get that really strong cooling effect, but it does exist. It's a humectant, and I think that's why. So it draws water to it, and it retains moisture a little bit better than erythritol. So I'm going to go over some of the pros of xylitol with you. Xylitol is a sugar alcohol, and it's extracted from both hardwoods, and such as birch, and it's also extracted from fruits and vegetables, and in particular corn fiber. So most of your xylitol is going to be sourced from either corn fiber or hardwood, and birch is very popular for extracting xylitol. It does not contribute to tooth decay. If you look on a lot of toothpaste and mouthwashes and things like that, you'll see xylitol is a major ingredient. It actively discourages dental caries in the mouth. It's pretty sweet. It's about 90% as sweet as sugar, which to me, I feel like it's as sweet as sugar. If I'm using straight xylitol, I don't need to use more. I feel like it gets things just as sweet as sugar. Technically, it's about 10% less sweet, but I think most people can live with that. There are instances where xylitol it is a sugar alcohol, and it can cause gastric distress. It does ferment in the large intestine, and so you might experience gas when you use it. The first time I used xylitol, this was the case for me. I had very bad stomach cramping, and it was because I bought xylitol that was from corn fiber, and I almost gave up on it and then decided not to, and I went and bought xylitol from birch, and I had very little trouble with xylitol extracted from birch. So some people can consume xylitol that's made from corn with no problems. I'm not one of those people. If I do consume xylitol, it needs to be from birch, or else we're going to have problems. The good thing about xylitol is that you can definitely build up a tolerance to it, meaning you can add a teaspoon here or there in your sugar, in your coffee, in your tea, your cereal, your oatmeal. And as you keep doing that day after day, after about a week, your system will adapt to it, and you'll get used to it, and it won't cause you any problems, and you can start eating it in larger quantities. Obviously, you don't want to sit down and eat an entire cake just because it's sugar-free and it's baked with xylitol. You don't want to do that, but you will be able to enjoy having a slice of cake or two with xylitol as long as you've built up your tolerance to it. So that's pretty good. Xylitol, we're going to get into cons. That is one of the cons, that it can cause gastric distress if you do not properly introduce it into your diet. Again, I only had that problem with corn fiber, did not have that problem with xylitol made from birch. Sugar is 16 calories per teaspoon. It's very caloric, and it has about that many carbs per teaspoon as well. Xylitol has 10 calories per teaspoon. I do consider that a con because we have some really good sweeteners that have fewer calories per teaspoon, per gram than xylitol. Now, because of the way that it's absorbed, you might not really absorb all 10 calories. And I think the carbs are even lower. The carbs I think it's 1 carb per teaspoon. Not sure how that works, but it's very low carb. but it's kind of high in calories. I follow a low calorie diet, so calories are very important to me, more so than carbs. And this is a little high for me. So it is one of the sweeteners that I use, but there are better sweeteners for less of a calorie hit. Another con to xylitol is that it's completely unsafe for pets. So if you bake and you give your pets food, do not use xylitol. Well, it will hurt them very badly. It will hurt your dog, or God forbid, it will kill your dog. So do not give them to your dogs or your cats. Xylitol is for human consumption only. Xylitol is also very expensive. So to extract the xylitol, it's more difficult to extract it from hardwoods than it is from corn, obviously, because corn is way more plentiful. So you are going to be paying less per pound for xylitol made from corn than xylitol made from birch or hardwoods. You can buy a bag of xylitol right now. I just checked on Amazon, a 5-pound bag for about $20, which is really comparable to erythritol. That really surprises me, because I typically pay about $30 for a 5-pound bag of xylitol. You can get that for $7 a pound if you just want to try out 1 pound, if you don't want to invest in 5 pounds of xylitol. It's going to run you about $7 to $8 per pound. And if you just decide you want to give it a shot and roll the dice and go with xylitol made from corn, you're going to be paying about $4.80 for that per pound. So definitely the corn is a cheaper option if you want to go that route for xylitol.